Right, what up farm? How you going? So, bit going on today. Not sure what the gap's going to be like in the videos, but Dad is finishing off the clay mixing. That will be in the end of the new track video. I've just done some spraying, did some pre-emergent for the beans that we're about to sow, and right now I've got to empty the canola out of the box. Right, here's the canola we got out. The time lapse I set up was on the wrong bin for a start, and then you couldn't see anything on the right bin. Hey look, there's a school bus. Anyway, I just emptied it into that tray and then into this bag. There wasn't as much in there as I thought there was. Yeah. Anyway, we'll tie it up with a zip tie and put it in the barn. So as I said before, we're going to be sowing beans. Because beans are so big and canola is so small, we've got to change meter rollers because the extra fine meter roller is in there at the moment, and we've got to get the coarse one out. Here it is. Normally lives in this tube, but it slid out when I grabbed onto it. So for a start, we'll take this pin out. Oh. Take the pin out. That is the drive mechanism. That just hooks onto those pins and makes it spin around. And we'll undo this clip. We'll go and undo the one on the other side, and the roller should just drop out. Here's the difference between the rollers. This is the canola roller. You can see that there's only very small pockets for the seed to fall into and not the full width. And this is the coarse roller that we use for wheat, barley, beans, vetch, everything else. So a lot more product can fit in there and it's full width versus the canola and lucerne one, or the small seeds one, which is very small. Anyway, we'll put it in and fill her up. There we go. Back in, clips are done up, pins back in the drive sprocket. We're right to go and put some beans in. Holy moly, it's cold this morning. Alright, got some hydraulic oil. This is an old machine. The tractor's got 13,500 hours on it. It leaks hydraulic oil like a sieve, and we think it's cheaper to just keep topping the oil up than it is to fix all of the leaks. So that's what we're doing. We're into it, sowing beans. This is the first time I've ever sown beans, and they're going into this wheat stubble quite nicely actually. Oh, looks to be going pretty good. Right, Dad's over there sowing beans, and I am going to burn up these piles along here. So I've been along and lit up all the piles. Still pretty dewy, so not burning that great, but they are burning, which is good news. I've got this machine just called a Firebug. In this tank is a mix of 25% petrol, 75% diesel. It goes out onto that thing and keeps it burning, and when you tip it down, the liquid runs out the hole, out the pipe. Anyway, it's just for lighting fires. Please be careful when you're lighting fires. As I said, it's quite a dewy morning. We've had a substantial amount of rain, so it really is quite safe. This paddock has been worked up because we're in here sowing it, so that's a really good fire break. The road is just there. Not that I would want it to burn to the road, but it is just another safety. So oh, I'm a bit puffed. Always be careful, please. So what I'm doing now is just going along. You can see this bile has burnt pretty good. Just getting any bits that haven't burnt, throwing them back into the thick of it, so that hopefully it can all burn up. I'll do this a few times and then should, in theory, all be gone. It's freezing this morning. It's very cold. Might be cold, but sure is a lovely morning. Right, so we're just sowing where I burnt the piles up yesterday. Alright, so we are still sowing beans in a paddock that we have already sown. Now you might think that's pretty strange. Just getting my GPS going. Anyway, what happened in this paddock was Dad was driving it and half of the bar blocked up. That whole half of the bar blocked up. We don't know for how long. We're just going to re-sow until the beans run out, and then if there's any other gaps we'll just re-sow it later on. That half of the bar blocked up, so when Dad did his headlands he went up and back, which meant that from out there to out there there's no beans. So we're just re-sowing it like this. We're going to sow down the other end and then sow the headlands down there too, and we'll just see how far these beans will last for. Alright, the beans are all done. Time to go and fill this thing up with some wheat. There we go. We got the wheat seed. I actually went and sprayed a paddock in between. Dad put the wheat seed in the truck and we're here filling up. We're going to calibrate it and hopefully get this paddock done tonight. It's all that full. Alright, now we start the calibration process. So we want 100 kilos of wheat and 60 kilos of MAP. Right, so we just finished calibrating. Look who turned up. Chels, with the tea. How good.
Yum.
Into it. The wheat is going in the ground, which is good news because the wheat price is really, really good. Back into it on this lovely morning. Haven't been going for very long, and we'll be pulling up shortly because we have to go into town to vote for the Australian election today. Politics is something that I find quite interesting. Good morning, YouTube. Today is the 23rd of May, Monday the 23rd of May, and we are sowing wheat on Dad's farm. So Saturday afternoon I sprayed this paddock and the one just over there with a knockdown and a pre-emergent, and yesterday Sunday I preached at church, so I didn't do any farming, but Dad got started seeding here, so yeah, it's going in very, very. So stopped sowing this morning, Dad took over. Now I've loaded up the sprayer and I'm going to go and spray the canola up at my place. There's the tractor. Right, we're up here spraying the canola. Now I'll show you in a minute, but the canola is just germinating, just coming out of the ground. And this, what we're spraying on, is atrazine and an insecticide. So the atrazine should stop any new ryegrass plants coming up, and the insecticide will kill any bugs trying to eat the canola. Now, this is where I have to have a bit of a laugh. We were supposed to spray this spray on straight after we sowed the canola. Last year was the first time growing canola for a fair while. So we didn't know what we were doing. We had a very dry start, and we didn't spray any atrazine on until after the canola was up and was all good. But this year we were supposed to spray it on straight after we sowed it. But anyway, it's a bit of a miscommunication, misunderstanding. All's well that ends well. It's going on now, and so we're told it won't hurt the canola that's germinated. So yeah, anyway, hopefully this will set it up for a great crop. Alright, so we got filled up again. I got finished all the canola up at my farm. Now we're down here at Dad's. We filled up. This mix has got simazine in it, a kilo of simazine, half a kilo of atrazine, and then some insecticide. The reason we put simazine in this stuff is because simazine gets silvergrass, which is a problem weed here, but I don't have any simazine at my place. And atrazine, it more goes for ryegrass, which is a problem weed at my farm. Anyway, we're just out here doing the weather observation. We'll get to the wind. Here we go. 11 k's, 19 degrees, and 52% humidity. So the other thing I didn't do up at my place, which I said I was going to, was show you what germinating or just coming up canola looks like. You might even be able to see on that plant, probably not focused, there's a little bug on there. Bugs on those clovers that are dying. Anyway, there is plenty. Oh, have a look on that little clover that's germinated, and what is there is red-legged earth mites, and they will just mow off canola as it's coming up. So we're here at exactly the right time getting this done. The insecticide will just kill anything that's any bugs there that are trying to eat our crop, and it'll give our canola the best chance of being a decent crop. Lovely evening to be out doing some spraying, that's for sure. we got rain coming in on Wednesday, and well, tomorrow we got a accountant appointment off the farm. So yeah, this might be the last bit of stuff we do before the rain. Alright, we just finished off. Got a bit darker than I expected, but anyway, got it done. It's pretty good conditions for spraying out there, so anyway, time to go home. I'll have some tea and then I'll hop on the Cedar for the night. Dad's just gone around the back there. He's gonna give the handle a crank to see if there's grain coming out. Here it comes. There it is. One that's blocked. Oh, look at that. Clod of clay. Alright YouTube, that's it. Done for tonight. Guys, I'm back. So we had a successful trip to the accountants in Mount Barker yesterday. Took up the whole day, and anyway, the rain that's forecast is coming a bit later than I expected. So we're dancing with the devil a bit. We've loaded up the sprayer and we're going to go and spray the last paddock of wheat, and we're going to sow it today, and then all of our wheat will be done for this year. Into the orange spray today. This is the first load for the year that's had trifluralin in it, and yeah, it does make it easy to see the spray coming out, that's for sure. There we go. We parked back at the fill-up point. We got that paddock sprayed. Actually doesn't look like raining for a little while now, so we have done well. Dad judged that perfectly. I'll have to have a look at the radar and see how far away the rain is. So it's saying that the rain, all you can see there's my reflection. The rain's sort of, I don't know, just at Taylor Bend probably, just about. Most of it's over Adelaide, so still got a little while. We should get set up and sowing and get a bit done before it comes. So this is the rain that we're likely to get. Today 95% chance of 5 to 10 mils, and tomorrow 80% chance of under 2. For the next few days actually there's some showers and stuff coming through, so it'll be interesting to see what we get. But anyway, who knows what we'll end up with, but that's what we've been forecast at the moment. Right, we got the tractor over there. We emptied the other truck of wheat. Now we've got to get some wheat out of this bin to fill up the Cedar, but rather than putting it, because this is the last paddock of wheat, rather than putting it in the other truck, we're going to auger it straight out of the bin into the Cedar, just to save a bit of double handling, a bit of cleaning and having too much. So now we've got to pull the auger out of this fertiliser bin down there to the wheat bin. Not too sure how that turned out for you, but that was the process of me backing the air seeder under this auger. Hopefully I got it right. We're into it. The rain's on the horizon. It's on its way. You can see from the flag out the back there. It's a bit of wind around, so that's all right. We've got enough in the box. We don't even need to fill up. We've got 30 hectares here, and then all of the wheat will be done. Here's the takeover man, ready to do his bit. Right, Popper's out there on the tractor, sowing some wheat. I've had some lunch. Now we've just come back and stoked up these piles that Popper lit earlier. Alex is having a wow of a time in the ute. Can you wave, Alex? Yeah. I'm throwing some sticks on. Still not raining yet, but it's coming. Lucky it's going to rain today because it's starting to get a bit dusty. Nothing like last year, but just a little bit of dust around. Anyway, the rain clouds are getting closer. Would you look at that? Just got the paddock finished and the rains are here. It's good news. Right, the machine is back in the yard and there's some good looking clouds around out there. I really expected it to be raining by now. Probably could have gone and done some more spraying, but I thought it was going to rain. So anyway, it's alright. We'll get some eventually. I hope. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. 14 mils overnight. Nice drop of rain.